Katie from Paul Smith Library in Shrewsbury. Thank you for joining me for Kids in the Kitchen. Today we are going to make rainbow chip cake mix cookies. So this is just a simple recipe that uses 3 ingredients. So the first thing that you'll need is 1 box of cake mix. I'm using Party Rainbow Chip. You can actually use any variety of cake mix if you want to use strawberry cake mix, chocolate, vanilla. But this is what I bought from the store this week. It's a 15.25 ounce box. And then you will need vegetable oil. You will need 2 eggs. So these are the only food ingredients that you need. You also will need a mixing spoon and a 1/2 cup measuring cup and a baking sheet and something to spray on the pan so the cookies do not stick. So to get started, the first thing we're going to do is to take our cake mix and we are going to pour it into a mixing bowl. Oh, you need a mixing bowl too. I think I forgot that. So I poured my cake mix right into my mixing bowl. You can see right there, it's just the cake mix powder. Next, I am going to crack the 2 eggs. So you might need a grown-up's help for this. Crack 1 egg. And then I'm going to crack the 2nd egg. There we go. You can see the 2 eggs in my cake mix. I don't want to spill it on my computer. And then the next step will be to get your 1/2 cup measuring cup. And you'll take your vegetable oil and you'll measure it all the way to the top of the measuring cup. So right there, and then you'll pour it into your bowl with the eggs and the cake mix. So that's all the ingredients that are going to go into your bowl. So you can see before I mix it, it's kind of a soupy mess right now with the eggs and the cake mix. But I am going to, here, I'll angle it down a little bit. And I'm going to mix it up. So with my mixing spoon, I'm going to carefully mix it so it turns into a dough. Oops. Carefully. Of course, I spilled it a little bit. I think that always happens when you're cooking, right? Mix it up really well. All right. So it's kind of a wet cookie dough if you've ever made cookies before, but that's okay. So the next step of what we're going to do is I'm going to take my baking sheet right here, and I'm going to take my cooking spray, and I'm going to spray the pan very lightly so the cookies don't stick to it. And then I'm going to take 1 tablespoon, and in my bowl, I am going to measure out 1 tablespoon cookies. And you take it right here. Make sure your hands are clean before you started. I washed mine before I did. And you're going to lightly scoop out your cookie dough right there. I usually like to put about a dozen on the baking sheet. A dozen is 12. So right now I have 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can't see me, sorry. And the last one will make 12. So that is 1 dozen cookies. Make sure they're evenly spaced so you don't have a big mess. After you have your 12 cookies on the cookie sheet, what you're going to do is you're going to put them in the oven, which would be set to 350 degrees. And you're going to put them in there for about 10 minutes. usually about 8 to 10 minutes until the edges are lightly browned. So I'm going to put these in the oven and I will be right back. All right, I am back and my cookies are all done in the oven. They were in there for about 9 minutes and then I let them cool for 5 minutes before I'm holding the pan now. So you want to make sure the pan's nice and cool before you take them off the tray. So I have a spatula here and I'm going to take my cookies, see right here, and I'll put them on my plate. And then you have a nice plate full of cookies. And you can wash the pan and then you can put the rest of your dough in the oven. And you should make about 24 cookies total once you're all said and done. And then you can eat them or share them with a friend. So here are all my cookies. I'm going to put them on the plate. And, oops. There we go. So you can see my rainbow chip cake mix cookies. And they're right here. Have a great day.